Welcome to Payday 2 featuring crime. Lots and lots of crime. In the game, of course. Payday is made by Starbreeze Studios and by Overkill Software, a company that also made Payday Go. Overkill started off their game developing career by creating their first game called Payday the Heist, featuring crappy AI and Modern Warfare 3 graphics with a shitty interface and amazing voice acting.
Put those fuckers down! Fuck him up! Shit! Why they put the dick in a pussy?
Overkill Software saw that the game was doing amazing and wanted to do a sequel to the game. And they did. And here we are. Payday 2. Now, Payday 2 definitely was a better game than the first one. Looking at the voice acting, more weapons added, more maps, and better overall looking graphics. In Payday 2, heists are picked using CrimeNet, the Google version of the deep web. There are in total of 8 contractors that you can get heists from. Bane, your local dentist, the Elephant, Gage, Hector, Vlad, the Butcher, and Locke. But the main boy out of all of these is Bane. Bane is the guy behind CrimeNet and is the guy that guides us throughout most of the game. Now, there are 2 main tactics in Payday 2. Stealth and loud. If you're doing the heist in stealth, that means you have to do the heist as quietly and as clean as possible. This means getting in the security room and shooting the guard, passing by multiple civilians without getting seen, preparing to get the right deployables, and knowing how and when to use them. Also, you would really need to choose what guns you would need to take and what not to, because when you're doing stealth, you want to keep the detection rate as low as possible. The lowest detection rate that you can get is 3 and the maximum is 75. So clearly playing stealth is harder than playing loud. But if you choose to go in loud, then you just go in with no fucks given and shoot every single person you see. And I gotta tell you, it's fucking fun. Mainly the most fun tactic to play would be loud, just because you don't need to worry about getting seen, and it's just way more fun to shoot everyone rather than waiting for a guard to walk away for 5 minutes straight. Stealth is a very good tactic to use if you're grinding money or XP and want to get the maximum loot possible, and that means playing on Death Sentence. In Payday 2, there are a total of 7 difficulties, going from normal to Death Sentence. If you're playing on Death Sentence and you get seen while trying to stealth a heist, you're pretty much done. On Death Sentence, if you get shot at least once or twice, you're falling on the ground. Straight up, no exceptions. Now, if you would think of playing a heist on Death Sentence, you would probably think you would need to equip maximum armor, guns that can one-shot an enemy, and pick grenades to go in and hold the fort for as long as possible. Now, that isn't a bad build, but it will give you trouble. First of all, you would have to have the right skills for each tactic. And no, I don't mean skills by flicking your hand from North America to Africa or your game sense, but I mean by skills like these. There are a total of 5 total skill trees that you can choose from: Mastermind, Enforcer, Technician, Ghost, and Fugitive. Mastermind is a skill tree mainly used if you want to do a heist loudly. In Mastermind, you can choose skills such as having the ability to have a lot of healing deployables with you, controlling the hostages and cops, and stabilizing aim. In the Enforcer skill tree, you can upgrade skills if you're a shotgunner, need to be tanky, or need a lot of ammo. Though if you're planning on doing heist stealthy, get the Transporter skill, so you can throw bags much further and much faster. Trust me, it seriously helps. The Technician skill tree is for those who use sentry guns or need to upgrade their drills. The Ghost skill tree is mainly used for stealth, with skills such as learning how to open doors faster, having more time until a guard sees you, longer ECM jammer use time, and the ability to use ECMs on doors or ATMs, and to gain much, and I mean much more speed. And the Fugitive skill tree is pretty much all of the garbage that they had left just thrown into one piece. Those are fucking Swan Song skills is fucking incredible. Now, out of all of these skills, you can only choose a few of them. So let's just say you are level 100, the maximum level in the game, and that means you have 100 skill points you can spend. And if you want to fully max out a single skill tier, then that would take you around 40 to 50 skill points. Now, if you played Payday, you would know that sometimes you could see other people join your lobby with a Roman number next to their level. And in Payday 2, they're called infamy levels. As soon as you reach level 100, you could pay $200 million from your offshore account and gain an infamy level. As soon as you gain an infamy level, you get an infamy point that you can use in the skill tree. If you want, you can get an upgrade that gives you permanent XP boost, or if you're a fucking idiot like me, you can use that infamy point to get a new mask when it's your first time getting infamy. There are in total of 25 infamy levels that you can achieve, though it does take a lot of time. Right now I am infamy level 5 and I have almost 200 hours on this game. Oh, and trust me, I still fucking suck. Though boy, you for sure know I'm going for that level 25. Now, Overkill at this point didn't really have anything else to add to their game. Money was coming in hard, so that wasn't a problem, but they just didn't know what to add. And the meeting probably went something like this. Hello everyone, I want to inform all of you that we are making money, making fucking bank, but we don't have anything else to add to the game, and we need some ideas fast. Let's start with you. Yeah, tell me one single idea that could make us more money. Well, we could fix the buggy AI and perhaps add some ways heisters could lure guards and drag bodies. That isn't a bad idea, but so far, I'm not interested. Okay, little boy Jimmy, tell me what can we add to the game? Well, I have a little son, his name is Jacob and he loves playing Counter-Strike. So I recently decided to check out who made Counter-Strike, and it appears to be a Valve. A single Valve. So what a Valve did was they put Luke Racer to the game and he made millions. Overkill, taking a peek at Valve's homework, decided to start putting in additional DLCs that people can buy, and of course fucking loot crates. Now I gotta give it to Overkill that the DLCs they make aren't that bad. There are usually 4 types of DLCs you can buy: weapon DLCs, map DLCs, character DLCs, and finally gun customization DLCs. All of the DLCs are absolutely not required if you want to play the game and have fun and don't want to pay any extra money, but you do need a lot of DLCs if you want to get all of the achievements, and I gotta tell you, there are a lot of them. Now, just the game itself definitely has a lot of gameplay to make you feel entertained for a very long time. It took me over 120 hours to beat all of the maps in the game at the highest difficulty without buying any additional DLCs. And I still had a lot of weapons that I could buy available in the shop. And $10 for a game that can give you over 100 hours of gameplay, I would say that is a very good deal. Now let's take a look at the maps. There are a lot of maps in the game. There are the main ones, or else known as the classics, and then the secondary ones. Usually the first map that you would play would either be the jewelry store or the bank heist, and both are pretty easy and you shouldn't have too much trouble getting through on your first time. Now there's a story mode that you can go through and gain some pretty good loot if you're new, but nah, let's just face it. You won't play the story mode. Nobody really plays the story mode. Most people just go to Bing and join a heist which fits them best or looks cool. Now there are over 49 maps in this game and over 20 DLC maps that you can play, and obviously if I talked about all of them you would probably die out of boredom. So instead, let me talk about the maps that are one of the best. Hydration break. First World Bank is definitely a very good heist. It isn't too difficult to stealth and it's not that difficult to do loud too. If you're playing the heist solo, then you will get extremely bored, but hey, then the whole game would be boring for you. Shadow Raid is also a very good heist, but could be a bit hard for starters. If you beat it though, then you will get a lot of money and XP, which is always a big gamer epic moment. Also, this heist is required to be executed in stealth, so if you're going to go in loud, prepare to back the shit as fast as you can or else you will fail. And by far the best map in the game would have to be Framing Frame. Fight me. Framing Frame is a 3-day heist, which is actually quite hard if you're doing it for the first time, and especially in stealth. The first day of the heist, you have to go and rob an art gallery in the middle of the night. If you want to go out with the minimum requirement, you can get 4 paintings and roll out. But if you want to be a big man, you can try and steal all of the 9 paintings from the art gallery. After completing day 1, you'll straight up go to day 2. Day 2 isn't really that difficult. You will spawn inside an abandoned train yard with only like 3 civilians near you. You will get a call soon enough from your local painting dealer telling you to get inside the train and wait for the helicopter to drop all of the money off. After that, you will get each single bag of money for each single painting you exchanged. Now, if you did day 1 loud, then you will have cops coming up to the train yard and eventually giving you a more difficult time to get all of the bags to the van. But if you did day 1 in stealth, congratulations, you have no cops coming up on your tail. Now the actual hard day comes. Day 3. On day 3, you will have to go inside a mansion and get 5 devices so you can get access to the vault. After that, you will go back to where you spawned on the roof and get 8 bags of cocaine and get all of the bags to the vault. But Bane, being the silly boy he is, he doesn't know where the vault is. It could be in 3 possible positions, but the main thing you need to look for are bookshelves, because the vault hides behind the bookshelves. Though when you will find the vault, always move the bookshelf to its original position before going anywhere, because if a guard is going to see the bookshelf moved, he's going to be instantly alerted. After you do that, you will need to go to a room and do some hacker moves and disable the lasers in the vault. After that, you can choose whether you want to go inside the vault and get all of the mid-roll ads as some extra revenue, or if you had enough and you were ready to leave. And there we go, that was the Framing Frame heist. Now let's take a look at the enemies that you will encounter pretty much every single time. Let's start with the least dangerous. You see that cute boy over there? Yeah, that's a security guard. Security guards are pretty easy to take care of if you know how to. The real difficult thing with guards is only if you're doing the mission in stealth, and it is their position. I cannot count the amount of times I had to wait for a guard to leave its fucking position, and as soon as he did leave, shoot him in the fucking head. Like, sometimes the guards just stand in front of the whole crowd of civilians and they just don't fucking move. And after they do get out of that shitty position and you shoot them, you will have to answer a pager. Now there are in total of 4 pages that you can answer per heist until the pager will become suspicious and eventually sound the alarm. Now sometimes if the guards do see you, you have a few options. Either 1, stand there and wait until he comes close to you, but that's like a fucking 50% chance of happening. 2, just shoot the guy and answer the pager, or put the guard down by shouting at him. If a guard will come too close to you, then they will handcuff you for 60 seconds, and if you're playing solo and this happens, you're pretty much fucked. Now if you go loud or fuck up in stealth, then you will have the cops arrive to the scene. If you're playing on lower difficulty, then you will have simple police officers come to the scene, but after a few minutes you will see that SWAT teams will start to spawn. Now if you're playing on higher difficulty, then you will have special forces coming to you, that including snipers, cloakers, bulldozers, and fucking tasers. Snipers are pretty much self-explanatory. There will be a few police officers on top of buildings aiming with little laser sights. You can shoot the sniper by tracing down where the laser sight is coming from, and with the power of aiming an enemy in your side, you can shoot the fucking sniper. Bulldozers are pretty easy to beat as well. If you have a lot of bullets and weapons that do a lot of damage, you can kill a bulldozer with a single magazine. Just shoot the bulldozer in the face and do that until the protective plate they have is destroyed. Cloakers are one hell of a pain in the ass. You will hear some sort of robotic noise become louder when the cloaker is coming after you. The way you kill them is you either catch them while they're coming after you, but that's really fucking rare, or you just kill them while they don't attack. If the cloaker will attack you, you will immediately fall on the ground. No. Fuck! And the last enemy that you will encounter pretty much in every single heist is the taser. Tasers are really easy to beat. If you see a taser, shoot him while you can. Just don't hesitate. The taser will attack you by tasing you, and the way to get out of that shitty fucking long animation is by either waiting it out or just aiming approximately where the taser is and shooting him. And yeah, that's pretty much every single enemy that you will encounter. Now let's take a little bit of a look at the DLCs. There are a lot of DLCs that Overkill pushed out throughout the years, going from map DLCs to character DLCs. Now I'm not gonna lie, this is probably the worst thing that they could have done. The DLCs are fucking expensive. Like one single map DLC costs around €3. And if you know how to play the game, then you will complete the map very fast. And paying €3 more for a different map is just seriously expensive. Legends say even fucking Gaben, the Bill Gates of gaming, cannot even afford it. If you're planning on buying a few DLCs, just here's a quick tip from me. Just spend a few more bucks and buy the Legacy Collection Pack. Trust me, it's way better. Now, in my opinion, I would say that pretty much all of the DLCs are useless except for the weapon mod DLCs. But it still depends. If you're going for making the best stealth weapon build possible, that being having a detection rate at the lowest, then you can buy the gun mod DLC and try modifying your weapons to get them to drop lower in detection rate. But if you find weapons that aren't this fancy and don't mind playing with like 12 detection rate, then why bother? If you really want to play DLC maps, then you don't even have to pay, because sometimes you can even see an empty lobby of a DLC map on CrimeNet. And if you're playing Crime Spree, then you will very oftenly see the DLC maps pop up that you can play. The only reason why I bought all of the DLC maps was purely just for fun and fooling around with my friends. But hey, that's a quick short review of Payday 2. The only reason why I really wanted to make this video is because Payday 2 is probably one of the most grinded games that I have played in my entire life, and the most that I actually had fun with. And I thought sucking it out would be a great video idea. I know that the game is pretty much dead at this point and pretty much floating on a DIY raft with sharks underneath, but hey, nonetheless, the game is still a fucking banger and you cannot change my mind. I seriously can't wait to get my hands on Payday 3 when it will eventually come out, but I'm not really sure if it will be better than Payday 2. I hope Payday 3 will have more customizability with masks, suits and weapons, and more ways for heisters that are trying to stealth heist to have the ability to take more control and lure guards out of a specific position. But anyways, thank you for watching. Go hug your husband, go make some dinner, and go boot up Payday 2. Oh, and I forgot to mention that this video has been sponsored by Soviet Russia.